Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. If I was there, it wouldn't have gone down like that. You would have heard a whole lot of shouting. You would have seen 2 songbirds go off, and then I would have come over the comms and said, okay, everybody, it's going to be fine. We're headed back to Rubicon with the coral. Hey, now, what's your favorite kind of steak? You strike me as a ribeye guy. The only time I eat steak at this point in my life is when I'm at a steakhouse. If I'm at a steakhouse, I recognize I'm going to be paying a lot of money for a steak, so I want to get a good steak. As a result, I usually do get a ribeye, yeah. I'm a ribeye fan. I mean, everybody's a ribeye fan, don't get me wrong. But I am also part of everybody, believe it or not. I mean, we've talked about steak before. I'm just going to head out. I know we were doing Arena before. I'm just going to head out on missions. Because basically, if you're watching on YouTube, today is Labor Day. Normally, I wouldn't be live on a holiday, but I'm taking Friday off this week. So, like, today kind of doesn't exist. So, what, in my opinion, what we should do is grind Armored Core for a few hours, make progress, and then it's almost like when people put, like, second language tapes in while they're sleeping, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to learn Spanish without actually putting any work in. And then, like, after 10 years of doing it, they still don't even know how to say hola. It's like we're not doing this. Today doesn't exist. So we're making progress, probably, without actually having to do anything, without having to put any effort in. It's beautiful. But at noon, we're playing a fully stacked Texas Chainsaw Massacre lobby. Now, what I will say about steak, my 2 cents on steak, I like a fatty cut of steak. I like a ribeye. I like a filet mignon. I got nothing against a prime rib, for the record. I got nothing against the prime rib. I also feel, my 2 cents, is that the worst cut of steak, when looking at a combination of taste and price, is the tenderloin. The tenderloin is not bad meat, but the fact that there's no visible fat in it and it's super lean means, in my mind, I'm not willing to pay ribeye prices for tenderloin cut.
Main system activating combat mode.
I have missiles, and what do I have 2 guns. Wait, no, I have a gun and a sword. I have an assault rifle and I have a sword. Okay, understood. Boop, 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 boop. You ever been to Fogo de Chão? I'm probably mispronouncing it, for which I apologize, but I have no respect for Brazil because they beat Canada in FIBA basketball this weekend. I mean, we still managed to beat Spain to qualify for the Olympics or whatever. I don't know, I only follow it when we win. But like, what the heck, we lost to Brazil? No disrespect, Brazil. I didn't know. Canada's not exactly an NBA powerhouse. Excuse me. I didn't know Brazil had like a strong basketball tradition, for which I apologize, because clearly I'm mistaken, but... Okay, run, hide.
2 repair kits remaining.
There we go, that's more like it. Sorry, it takes so... I've been living my life in the slow lane this weekend. Armored Core 6 ain't all about that. The US lost to Lithuania, though? I know, that's really funny. Oh, we didn't send our best players. We didn't send our best... Yeah, I know, but you're America. You're like the best country of basketball. So ha, ha, ha. If I had to deal with it when we sent Lyndon Vey to the Canadian Olympic hockey team in 2018 and we got beaten by Germany, then you got to deal with it when you lose to Lithuania, okay? We didn't even have an Austin Reeves on our team. I think we had like Derek Stepan. Embarrassing. Shift to me. Dude, I've learned how to dodge. He's beating the I can't dodge in this game allegations. It's a bit of a large lad here. I'm not sure if you've noticed the same thing I have. Good shot. Squeeb. You should be dead. Thank you for exploding. Aaron Eckhart. In many ways, you're the Austin Reeves of Armored Core 6. I mean, one of the most exciting young talents in the Armored Core 6 League. I'm not going to be mad about that. I'll take that any day of the week, man. Thank you so much. I had no idea until this weekend that Dylan Brooks was Canadian. Now I feel bad for piling in on the memes. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Hey, 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 hey! Sure. Anyway, yes, I've been to Fogo de Chao once, so I apologize for the mispronunciation. I had an amazing time. I ate a staggering amount of good food and had way too many caipirinhas, and as a result, don't remember as much of the meal as I should. I definitely do remember getting torn up. And this is a classic. I mean, Fogo de Chao is not really a buffet in the traditional sense. You don't walk around to like hot plates. But it is like an all-you-can-eat type experience, right? I definitely remember getting torched by some members of my group because I went to the salad bar first and got a delicious Caesar salad of my own creation. People were like, why would you go to Fogo de Chao and then go to the salad bar? Because the salad bar is fucking tasty, bro. The end. Full stop.
50%.
Okay, now if you'll excuse me.
No repair kits remaining.
That's 3.
My wife goes to Fogo de Chao, only pays for the salad bar. It's like $20 if you don't get meat. I didn't know you could do that. Holy. That's new tech. Now it's new tech that I'll like never be able to use because we don't have a Fogo de Chao here, but still.
Looks like their MTs just got home.
Squeeb.
Down.
Yeah, it's part of the balance of the meal. We've talked about this once a month for my entire life on Twitch, but always annoys me when you go to a restaurant. People are like, why are you filling up on the bread? First off, this is the United States of America. Don't worry. There's going to be enough food to take home no matter what. Secondly, I fucking love bread, idiot. The end. Bread is like one of the tastiest foods on the planet. If the bread sucks, I'll stop eating it, or at least try to. No promises, but... Bro, relax. Okay, what a shot. Can I tell you something very troubling? I don't know if Librarian is here. They probably thought they had the day off. But if I have to work, so do you. My wife showed me Squeaks' NPC stream. Blue Shell, I'm in first place. Take cover, take cover. She was watching it. My daughter was watching it. And then my daughter was laughing her ass off. And then she started to quote it. So, you know, she's turning 3 this month, just to give you some perspective. But she was going around the house going like, Daddy, you say Blue Shell. And I'm like, Blue Shell. And then she goes, oh no, take cover. Ice cream. Ice cream, so good.
Very interesting.
It was funny. Early onset brain rot. Well, I mean, it just goes to show you, if you're like in your 30s and you're watching NPC streams and going like, this is entertaining, there's 2 ways you could look at that, I would say. One way you could look at that is it's good old-fashioned, family-friendly entertainment that's good for general audiences, i.e. like a Pixar movie. Or you could look at it and you could say, you have the same taste in media as my 2-year-old child, but... Hang on. Squeeb me. Okay. Thanks for putting that roof there. Really appreciate it. Come out, we got you surrounded. It's like a Pixar movie. It's like a Pixar movie. Animation is real cinema. Prevent delivery of the observational data. Zzz. Zzz, zzz. I should be using the multi-lock on my missiles, I'm realizing. Did you see that, by the way? Am I insane? Has NL talked about the "Am I the asshole cake" guy yet? There's people at you would think, given that every stream I've ever done is almost exactly the same, you would think people would know by now that on a Monday, if you're like, did you see this on the weekend? The answer is no, man. Like, I didn't watch World's Greatest. I didn't watch, people, like 100 people asked me if I saw the Disc Golf World Championships. I got nothing against it, but it's kind of an insane question to be asking, quite frankly. I did not see the Disc Golf World Championships. Hey NL, there's a resupply up there. Okay, hang on. Hang on, guys. There's a laser sweep. Just give me a. I can't escape. I've missed my chance. Did you see Ludwig's tournament? That would be the world's greatest. I did not. I was unable to watch that. I was doing family stuff all weekend. I'm trying. It's just that I can't figure out what the hell I'm doing, man. This is definitely respawn territory, and that's okay. You ever figure out who the lady is that's talking to me nonstop? She's like, she's Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. She's my bride to be. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby, and I'm her little lover boy. Her certified lover boy. Okay. How's that for a resupply? Miyazaki's resupply. On Saturday, we went to a Japanese cultural festival in Burnaby, where, honestly, I have finally figured out how to do Vancouver festivals. Do not show up at a time when a normal person would show up. You will be in line for food trucks for like 90 minutes. You will pay $50 for 3 hot dogs and French fries, and you'll wait 90 minutes to get it. We showed up for a game crashed. Okay. We showed up for the festival at like 11:10 a.m. It opened at 11. We got some lunch. It took 5 minutes. We went inside of the festival and did some Hello Kitty art with our daughter, and then played some children's games where she got some prizes. We went to the Japanese used bookstore inside and got a Dr. Seuss book and a Toy Story book for $1 each, which is the craziest bargain I've ever seen in my entire life. And then we got the fuck out of there before things went crazy. On the way out, it was like day one of PAX West. People were falling all over themselves. Everybody's got like a military-style backpack on just because they're outside for 90 minutes. They're getting into fistfights trying to be the first person to see the trailer for the new Assassin's Creed game. It looks exactly like every other Assassin's Creed game that's ever come out. We got out of there when the Geddon was good. And then yesterday we went to the mall. I got some new pants. I got some new shirts. We got some bath bombs for our daughter. They're going to make me do the whole mission again, huh? That's fine. That's my bad for losing it, I suppose.
Got a job for you, 16.
This is not skipping lore. We already saw this. Missions are short if you focus. I mean, the game crashed, moron. What do you want me to say? Then it had the audacity when I booted the game back up. It was like, the game wasn't quit properly last time. Please make sure you go to save and quit if you're ever gonna... You fucking crashed, idiot. What do you want me to do?
Main system activating combat.
What's your favorite exotic fruit? I don't know, man. I got no idea.
Extract the data from the birth.
That's why I said replay the mission. It's short. Well, I don't have any other option. There's no. This is a main story mission. It's not like I'm out here funding side quests. You know, I'm. That's the wrong button. Like this, if you want to beat the game, you got to do the mission. It's either that or quit the game forever.
Solo AC. Must be an
Why so few viewers for this when for SAP the viewers count is so high? Because people enjoy watching SAP, and with all due respect, Armored Core 6, incomprehensible for a lot of people. I can completely understand it, honestly. I think it kind of, it sucks a little bit to watch.
Very interesting. Need a copy of this.
But when we play hide and seek later, oh baby. Armored Core 6 kind of in like that semi-cursed viewership zone where it doesn't have a lot of mass appeal. And then secondarily, the people who do enjoy watching it, also, not everybody, and I'm saying that so you have plausible deniability that this applies to you, the people who do enjoy watching it, sometimes their discourse can be a little tedious. I'm not saying everybody. Simply some of the individuals who very much enjoy watching. Hang on, we pump it, we pump it, we pump it, we pump it. Greatest pilot in Earth's history just dropped. It's true, even Dan's chat gets weird during Armored Core. See? There's dozens of us. Whoa! At some point, we have to get like the Black Knight Greatsword, right? Like it seems insane to me. We're still rocking a sword you can only swing 2 times before it overheats, and then after it overheats, it takes 20 minutes to shoot again.
That makes 2.
That's as good as it gets. You know what? That just means the free market is begging for somebody to make a better sword in this world. So I respect it. You know what I was thinking? Again, this is more of a Twitter thing, so I apologize if you're unfamiliar with the parlance of our times. I was thinking about why is it only real estate agents and tech bros that make insane thread boy tweets that are like, I saw one, and I'm not even suggesting this guy is wrong. I'm just suggesting that it's hard for me to put myself in this mindset as a 34-year-old man, and I'm pretty sure this guy was older than me. I saw a post that was like, everybody is misusing caffeine. If you become addicted to it and you use it every single day, it loses its power. I use caffeine sparingly. I take 100 milligrams, and it's like 17 tweets like all threaded into one, right? I use caffeine sparingly. I take 100 milligrams on my deadlift day to help me reach a 1 rep maximum. And then the next day I take 50 to taper. And then the next day I go back to 0. And I'm like, why are you motivated to make this tweet? Sometimes I think of something funny and I'm like, maybe I'll tweet it and make people laugh. But why do middle-aged people who have sold their company for more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime, why do they spend their time writing stuff like, here's how to like growth hack your body? Didn't you win at life? Or is this like, you got enough money, but now the one thing you couldn't figure out how to max is attention. So you're like, I know that sounds rude. I guess what I'm trying to say is, why is it only tech people and real estate agents? Why is there never like, I'm a fucking grain farmer from Wyoming, and here's my tips for life? I assume it's because they're either satisfied with their life or their asses are like actually busy. They don't have a gaping hole inside of them that only the attention of strangers can fill. I wouldn't know what that's like because look at what I do for a living, but I'm just saying, you fucking never see somebody like, I'm an elementary school teacher and here's my 15 tips for getting the most out of life. It's always like, I'm an elementary school teacher. Please, like, help us. I have to buy my own school supplies for the kids. It doesn't make any damn sense.
Even the Rubiconians have forsaken this lifeless place.
So true, Irie. So true.
PCA has their eye on it. Coral must be involved.
Who would want an elementary school teacher's tips? I mean, I would rather hear tips from like a normal person about how they cope with life than like, oh, I made a better way to, I made a piece of fucking middleware that every medical office in the country uses. Here's my tip. When you're on 1 rep max deadlift day, do 100 milligrams of caffeine in advance. Like, it just... How about like some tips for making like your kids' lunches a little bit faster? That's something that might actually be useful for like the average individual my age. Anyway. Or the other thing is maybe some dairy farmers could start posting about this shit. And then I could stop insulting Silicon Valley. It brings me a great deal of pleasure. But I want to know the motivations behind it so I can also roast it like more effectively. I feel like I'm definitely coming from a place of ignorance, but you ever make your kids lunch on 100 milligrams of caffeine? I don't know. I mean, here's my pro tip for life. Wake up at 5:20 a.m. and drink a cup of cold brew concentrate on the toilet before getting on the Peloton for 2 hours. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I'm the one with the gun. I'm on the upper area limit. That's my mistake. I would like to apologize for that. I'm supposed to intercept these fools, right? Nice try. Okay, Miyazaki, just tell me, where do you want me? I haven't used a single repair kit yet. I'm goated with the sauce. Why on the toilet? I have to do 2 things in the morning. I gotta drink a cup of coffee and I gotta poop. And I don't have time to wait. If I drink the cup of coffee first, my bowels are gonna be mighty displeased. If I do the bowel movement first, my brain is gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, I'm so tired. You're kind of a tanky lad, huh? One of the tankiest lads I've ever seen. I only poop like 2 times a week. I mean, that's crazy to me. I'm not saying there's something wrong with you. I think that it's completely possible that that's like well within the bounds of normalcy, or maybe not well within, but within the bounds of normalcy. But that's like, let me put it this, that'd be a good day for me. Yeah, just dodge right into the artillery strike. Big whoop. How are you not dead? Be honest with me. You've been 99% dead for 20 minutes here. I got 1 HP left. I can't do anything. Run. Are we done?
Attention, Gun 13 Raven. Looks like you ruffled some feathers.
Ooh.
Back to HQ. I want you to find them and stop them.
Never mind.
No repair kits remaining.
Okay, as long as the game doesn't crash, we're probably fine. It's perfectly healthy to poop once a week. I mean, once a week. I don't buy that. Can the gamers tell me where my resupply is? This must be my resupply, right? Help me. No fall damage? When people go camping, they frequently don't poop the whole time. Yeah. But when you go see your doctor, they're not like, how often do you use the bathroom when you go camping? You know? They're like, how often do you use the bathroom? Like you're applying a niche scenario to like your day-to-day life. Can you guys just stop shooting me for a second? I'm en route to the resupply. Also, stop calling these worker robots. They have bazookas on their back.
Ignition depleted.
I've made a mistake.
Left shoulder ignition at 30%.
Owns. Oh, I'm on punch mode. I'm punch maxing. Ah, that's the way. You gonna play Elden Ring DLC when it comes out? I mean, like, is it ever gonna come out? I feel like the game is 22 years old at this point. Wait, when's the Elden Ring DLC en route?
Wait. Put that down.
2025? Holy cow. Watch out for the laser beams. My top 10 pro tips for Armored Core 6. People are completely misusing caffeine. 7 billion people on the planet are wrong. I'm the only person who's right. Have you ever considered that? Also, hey, whoa. Ease up on the frickin' on the missiles there, bro. You never stood a chance. You never stood a chance. I never stood a chance.
PCA's rank and file, and a big step up from subject guard MTs.
Help me, help me.
2 repair kits remaining.
You must really hate this guy on Twitter. No, you know what it is? I've been stun locked. I'm stun maxing. It's someone having a bad take and then thinking that like they owned you because their take is so bad that you like had the audacity to argue against it. You're like, wow, my take must have really riled you up. You're like, no, it's just like not. It's just so wrong that like I felt the need to reply. It has nothing to do with the. It's not like you're challenging my model of reality or something like that. I mean, after reading that, I had a cup of coffee this very morning. Also, in order to post shit like that, I want to know what your deadlift max is. Because if Eddie Hall is drinking a cup of coffee every morning, and your ass is deadlifting like 225 or something like that, and you're like, here's my secret, you should have to post your 1 rep max along with your advice.
It's identifying as PCA.
225 kilos? I mean, that's a pretty strong deadlift for like a guy who's just a normal lad.
That's not subject guard. Did they send
I don't think it needs to be 800 pounds. That's got to put you in like the 1 in 100,000 sort of territory.
LC? The PCA's rank and file, and a big step up from subject guard MTs.
It's too fast. Be careful, Raven.
I was letting my poise recover. This is poor. This is poor. I'm a simple man. I hear breep breep. I start moving. I start mashing missiles at you. I miss you. I'm sorry. I'm slint posting. Get me out of here, please. I'll restart from checkpoint on that one. That one's going nowhere. Are you a TCP or UDP sort of guy? I don't know that much about web security, but that feels like one of those questions that one should not answer. Maybe it doesn't make a difference, but I'm not qualified enough to know. It's like I'm always skeptical of somebody who is like, hey, what's the name of your 3rd grade teacher? What's the name of your first pet? By the way, are you seeing how Toasty? Are you here? Are you seeing how much they disrespect us in the world of Pokemon Go these days? It's insanity. In order to get a Master Ball, they just released new timed research. Now the research goes for 80 days, okay? So it's not like you don't have a lot of time. But excuse me, let me talk about some of the stuff that's available here for you in this timed research that you have to do to get a Master Ball, okay? Catch 1,000 Pokemon. 1,000 Pokemon in 60 days is it's a lot, but it's not the end of the world. Like that's doable if you're walking outside playing Pokemon Go, okay? Spin 300 Pokestops, same vein. Very doable, okay? 120 excellent throws, perhaps the only research in there I actually respect, because it has changed my play style. I looked at that and I said 120 excellence is pretty hard, so I started actually trying to hit excellent throws for the first time in my life. And I'm already at like 35 or something like that, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself, if I do say so. Myself? Don't shoot me. I have no repair kits left. Can you just be dead, please? You are not dead. You're so strong. But 60 raids? I think we need to respec for this one. 60 raids in 60 days is insanity. I'm gonna try, but like 1 raid a day is crazy. Because there's times that you're gonna miss a day, and then you gotta do 2 motherfucking raids. And if you miss a week, your ass has to do 10 raids just to be on pace, man. It's out of control. Have you done any routes yet? I've tried to do a route. Every time I try to do the route, I walk the whole thing, and then I look at my phone, and it's like, you've walked 0 out of 2 kilometers. And I'm like, okay, close app. So I think, well, you know what? Whenever we choose to mix it up, we go Songbird, Songbird. And then, why don't you give me double Luddy? To feel like the sword is not doing what I want it to do here. And if we're wrong, we'll figure it out pretty quick, I'm sure. Yeep. I mean, some of them are like automatic, right? Holy fuck. I think I already got one. I already got like get 100,000 experience or something. Get 100,000 Stardust. It's the kind of thing that'll happen by accident. If you're playing semi-consistently. But there's definitely... some of them you gotta work for sure. Nice try. I'm too fast for you. I don't know what that means. Okay, now I've been told by DL Guiga, the little guys hit like a truck, but they only take like 1 hit each to kill. I don't think that's a... Maybe you are a little guy. I don't know. Are you a little guy? For you? It's the snipers I think we must concern ourselves with the most. Now that was a nice little 2-for-1. Now you are getting songboarded. Huge. Okay. 1 repair kit remaining, but that's not so bad. You've been forced to move, ergo the songbirds are forced to hit. You're toast, brother. How are you not toast? You dodged, ergo the songbirds ruin your life, and then hit him with a second. Eat it. I'm the best of all time. Well, that was great advice.
Warship's making a second approach.
No repair kits remaining.
No, thank you. I see you lived in Korea for a while. Did you ever eat gaejang? I did. It's not one of my favorite Korean foods. I'm sorry to say. I love the idea of it. I love the idea of a spicy, raw, marinated crab. Just for whatever reason, never enjoyed eating it.
Disable the warship by smashing the bridge.
Enemy warship is taking critical
I wish I did. I wish I did. Excuse me? Whoa! Whoopsie!
systems compromised.
What's shooting me? It's another drone.
Get clear, 621.
Left shoulder ammunition at
Am I in fall damage territory? I think I might be.
30.
Outside of combat zone. Please tell me I lived. We've done it, right? Thank God. How about nakji? I eat nakji. I never eat the live nakji, I think. I just never had the opportunity, honestly. Do you need 2 Pokeballs
Closure area is SG
to hit a Pokemon that's hella far away?
Send an enforcement squad
Yeah.
to the warship.
There's some Pokemon I can only hit two-handed for sure.
Special mission, maybe. Or was it? Wait. Over there.
Trespassers to Rubicon. This is your warning.
It's a little late for that. I already dumped 3,000 missiles on the area.
Withdraw from the closure area immediately.
How do you use 2 hands? You got one to hold the phone, and then you've got like the whole range of motion on your other hand. Otherwise, if you're just holding your phone with one hand, you only get the range of motion of your thumb, so you're like hyper extending it to try to... Some Pokemon, though, are close enough that you just go... Whoop. Whoop.
Like we got a little too
Some
eager.
Pokemon, you gotta go...
Us and the corporations both.
Combi mad far away. My ass when the only thing that was spawning were Pilo swines for like 6 months. It's probably why I got carpal tunnel syndrome in my wrist. Don't forget about hatching the eggs. Hatching 60 eggs is pretty tough too, but I do a lot of walking. For me, it's the raids, man.
Haven't talked since we climbed the wall. I'd love to catch up, but I'll cut to the chase.
You phone me, brother.
The PCA has deployed its suppression fleet. And now it's laying down the law all over Rubicon. We've already lost several survey bases, and Balam's in a sorry state too.
I will say I added a few people on Pokemon Go, so now I actually have enough healing items to use my Pokemon, which feels nice.
They're counting their eggs before they're hatched. At this
I don't
rate,
have to
the
use my
Rubicon
poverty
and the
Pokemon
independent
that are
mercs
like
go down together.
1100 power anymore. I can actually use the A team.
I'm sending you a request from the Archibald's group. We could use the wall climbers' help.
Add me? No, I have to be very careful who I add. I have to add a few people at a time so I can constantly micromanage in my head whether or not I've sent them too many gifts from the same location so they can triangulate my place of residence. Always try to mix it up. I'll hit you with like a Burnaby one day, then I'll follow it up, boom, New Westminster. You're like, where is he? Where is he? Then I'm like, downtown Vancouver. Then I'm like, here's one from North Vancouver. Then I'm like, back to Burnaby, decaying tower. And they're like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Sides have been forced to halt the coral survey.
And I'm like, check it out, Canada's North Star. And they're like, what? And then I'm like, boom, Vancouver Convention Center. Then I'm like, boom, Burnaby Garden Box.
I've picked up a good job for you.
You don't know, man. You don't know.
I know you've established yourself as one of the corporation's preferred mercenaries. But I was hoping you might learn more about the people who live on Rubicon.
I do that with my IRL friends. It's kind of fun too. I make sure to give people I know from the stream relevant gifts whenever possible. Like if I have one that's like community center, I'm like, that's not for you. But if I have one that's like you know, birds. I'm like, we talk about birds now and then. Go ahead. Now, I'm a simple man. Here's my, here's where I'm at with AC design, okay? On basic missions, we're rolling missiles and luddies. When we encounter a boss, we switch to have a little bit more punch with the songbirds and with the a sword and one other weapon. But for now, we're just going straight back out on another mission. By the way, people, don't insult me. People are saying he's not beating the he lives in Burnaby allegations. I don't live in Burnaby. You know how I don't live in Burnaby? Because I'm about to compliment Burnaby. I went to the Japanese festival run by the same company in downtown Vancouver in February, and it was awful. It was entirely inside. It was way too busy. I waited in line for like 50 minutes with my 2-year-old to buy her some dorayaki. It was not free dorayaki. I waited in line to get food from a store that I probably could have driven to and gotten the food in less time than it took me to just wait in the line, okay? I went to Burnaby for the same festival, but in the summertime. They did the festival way better in Burnaby. If I lived in Burnaby, I would never compliment my place of living. That's not the British Columbian way. When you're in British Columbia, it's always like, I live here, it fucking sucks. Oh, I hate Vancouver, it's so gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. $16 for a sandwich? Oh, I wish I lived in Suyos where it's $13.50 for a sandwich. Oh, and you had to take a ferry to get anywhere.
Walking advertisement. You're not their mascot, 621. Just focus on getting the job done.
Bernie Sanders? 99% of the festivals in Vancouver are just food trucks. When the food truck is there and there's no festival, nobody's at the food truck. When the festival's there, 2-hour wait for the food truck. Make it make sense.
Take out the PCA forces and head for the energy refinery plant.
Code 1-5. Contact with AC of unknown.
Would you have worn the Blundstones to Disney World if it wasn't for Kate? I wouldn't have worn the Blundstones. I would have worn the New Balances, but that would have been pretty rough. Honestly, I was kind of skeptical of the Crocs, but after being in basically 40 degrees Celsius weather for multiple days, I was like, my wife buying me Crocs probably saved my life when I was there. Get owned. Okay, you still got me pretty good. I gotta say though, we're back in Blundstone weather. I'm feeling positively autumnal. First time in a while I've been ready for summer to be over. Usually I'm like, no, don't go.
There will be bonuses for destroying fuel stores.
This year I'm like, I had my fill. We got out, we enjoyed it.
There should be more.
In general, it was a summer that was like a little bit too hot. Also, which is annoying. And also, spiritually speaking, it contained a very stressful move. So I feel like fall is kind of like a nice little reset for us. Also, the weather is getting cooler and it feels amazing. What am I doing? I forgot I had a second gun. I haven't been shooting it at all. Can I tell you something crazy? I know you could cancel me because I went shopping at H&M this weekend. If you haven't been to H&M in a while, I think it might be the last store on the planet that hasn't gotten the memo that we had inflation. I bought 3 sweaters at H&M. The total was like $78 Canadian. That's insanity. I understand they're gonna, you know, in 8 washes, they're probably gonna fall apart in the washing machine. It's the cheapest clothing that is not complete detritus that I think I've ever seen. They still have sub $10 long sleeve tees. I mean, it was to the point where I was like, you know how when you go into the change room, they're like, hey, what's your name and how many items do you have? I was like, what is your ass even doing here, man? I literally have $70 worth of merchandise in my hands. Like they can't, having a loss prevention officer at H&M can't possibly be paying for itself. Like you should, if somebody wants to steal the H&M clothes, you should, it's probably cheaper to just let them do it than it is to stop them. This guy's kind of strong with it. I expected you would just be like another civil engineering mech, no disrespect.
One repair kit remaining. No repair kits remaining.
You don't know how excited I was to buy a nice sweater for 40 bucks? I mean, it's crazy. It is, I understand these are not made in the most humane conditions, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, wow, have you guys heard of this thing called, you know, like, exploited labor? I'm just saying, like, a lot of places be having exploited labor and then the clothes are also so expensive. At least H&M is like, you know, we're exploiting labor, but you know, we're paying it back to the customer on the back end. No, I'm not saying you gotta add it to them. I'm just saying at least they're not double dipping. What I will say is I bought 2 pairs of pants at Lululemon because I've come to the conclusion that the reason that my pants rip is it's essentially unavoidable, okay? Sincerely. Now, you're going to say that's cope, but I'm being real with you. I'm 168 pounds, and my thighs rub together when I walk. You know, we're not losing 30 pounds to develop r/dat gap. So I think it's just rough fabrics on my thighs, rubbed together, and then that just leads to faster wear and tear, okay? So, we need softer fabrics. And the Lululemon ABCs do have very soft fabrics. That's why I got them. Lululemon better be employing people that are earning their fair share. Because those pants are fucking expensive, man. Holy. If I find out that Lululemons are made at the same factory as the H&M sweaters, like, Chip Wilson's got some explaining to do. Resupply, huh? They probably are. No, I'm sure there's like I'm sure there's a Lululemon factory. It's probably in like it's probably in France or something like that. You ever think about becoming a shorts guy to avoid your pants breaking? So here's the thing, the shorts do handle it better, but there's just I can't be the guy who's wearing shorts in the winter time. It's just not, like, just to be honest, it's kind of like is too close to the bone for me, because it's kind of like former fat kid psychology. It's like I'll just wear shorts year round. So I'm leaving that part of my life behind me for now, at least. I wear, when seasonally appropriate, I prefer to wear pants. I don't like to be the guy who's wearing shorts outside when there's like a blizzard, you know? Jackbox 10? No, I don't know where, the docket is incorrect. You haven't been able to rely on the docket. It's not Origin's fault. I basically just don't come up with a docket anymore. You haven't been able to rely on the docket for at least 2 years.
I've identified PCA SP Special Forces.
Squeeb. The man is strong. Now, are you both? Is this Crestfallen Warrior and Radagon's Red Wolf 2.0, or what's going on here? Are you both strong lads, or is one of you like Pinky and the other one's the brain? You know what I mean? Did he just throw his friend up against the wall? Did you see what I see?
You're a real troublemaker, Raven. I didn't expect this level of resistance, sir. Won't fail this time. The system gave its verdict. Immediate termination.
And they were roommates. They were enemies turned to lovers.
And ammunition at 50%.
Good shooting.
Go 3 with Charlie. Lieutenant is down. Roger.
What kind of game would you like to see in a new Jackbox? I mean, it's kind of like a fucked up question to ask, like, right off the cuff, right? Like, they have professional game designers that this is, like, their whole job. And then you just pop in here, like, hey, streamer, what do you think would be a 10 out of 10 Jackbox game? It's kind of presumptuous to assume that, like, I would stand any chance of coming up with that. How about a game where you praise the Lord for once? I've noticed that in our society, that's sort of fallen by the wayside. God is my witness, I thought I had you.
Terminated. Still, can't believe we lost.
Amen, brother. So true. Did you guys see that Hassan put pronouns in Starfield? Come on, man. Does anyone else see how fricked up this is? That's the one piece of drama I did see this weekend. Joe Biden's America. So true. Hello, unbased department. Something. I don't know. Are you gonna play it? Well, I wasn't gonna, but now, like, if I don't play it, it's gonna look kind of sus. So I guess I'll be starting my 100% playthrough, like, on Tuesday or something, but... I'm joking.
I didn't expect this level of resistance, sir.
We'll just be doing main quests.
This time, the system gave its verdict. Immediate termination.
I thought Miyazaki retired, but there he is.
AP at 50%.
What you think, I sold them all? Miyazaki making a boss with a large sword?
Go 3 with Charlie. The lieutenant is down. Roger. Proceeding as planned.
Get your freaking plasma gun out of here, dude. Miyazaki before he retires. Here go 2 more for y'all. So true. Miyazaki posting on Instagram. Hang on, y'all. I gotta take this. It's Comic Sans. Incoming call. Money.
Light shoulder ammunition AP at 30%.
Any guns? Wanna shoot right now or what? I died with the repair kit again.
Can't believe we lost.
Honestly, I think I need to dump terminal armor. I think it's like one of those, it's like the Drake sword, it's a crutch. If I could replace terminal armor with something that has like an advantage in battle, instead of just like allowing me to forget to heal once. Mobile executioners. Is it the dudes who run the cell phone stands at the mall? Pulse armor is good. Honestly, I could completely see the value of having some form of defense.
I didn't expect this level of resistance, sir. Won't fail this time. The system
Instead of what I do right now, which is just holding every button on my keyboard down simultaneously and then pressing shift once in a while, but not as often as I should.
AP at 30%. Less 1 repair kit remaining.
It's you. It's you. Okay. You should be cooked. Be cooked, please. Wait, the cooking, the great cooking is beginning. There we go. You have been not hurt at all. But that's actually positive because it means I did well with my target selection. Plasma, very tough to dodge. Or is it?
No repair kits remaining.
None repair kits left beef. But, lots of damage. You should get those crazy wasp legs. Sorry, it's a hard game to glance and play. I ain't afraid of Y2K. I'm down with Bill Gates. I call him money for short. No, good shooting. That's a big one. We're now completely out of ammo. All I could do is punch. Yo, but he sucks versus melee, dude. What a shot. Where is he? Get in there! Get in there! Thank you. Thank you. No! Wait! Terminal armor! Go, go, go! Ah!
Can't please the last lieutenant.
That one hurt. Honestly, I'll just give it to you straight. That's the cost of running double Luddy. That's the price. So now, I'm thinking for Sword Andy, you just stay on him, and you don't use your sword. Okay, that's horrible. If there might be a small adjustment period here while we get used to getting our ass beat. Maybe we use our sword when you're staggered. That makes a degree of sense that I can understand.
You're a real troublemaker, Raven. That is expected level of resistance, sir.
See, that seems great for me. Are you not dead? You're not dead? How are you not dead? I guess is the follow-up question. How are you still undead? Dracula? 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 The man can't be killed? Holy cow, okay. Then we stay on your ass because you seem very weak to melee. This one might be a little tight, but it's certainly a lot faster. Huge whiff. Worst dodge of all time. Asked to leave. And yet, here we are. Wake up! Wake the fuck up, samurai! We're close. We're close. If we killed the other dude when we were supposed to kill the other dude, that wouldn't have been a problem. Hi, Tomo, by the way. Hello. Where'd you go, buddy? Where'd you go? You like an Armored Core? I think it's fun. It doesn't scratch the Dark Souls itch for me, though, for sure. And maybe we're still figuring out the best way to interface with the systems. Like the first stream of it, I was like, I'm not sure if I really enjoy this. And then since then, I figured out how to enjoy it a little bit more on its own terms instead of being like, you know, when do we get to Ornstein and Small?
That is expected level of resistance, sir.
That's bad.
Failed this time. The system gave its verdict.
Well, at
Immediate
least you burned your
termination.
terminal armor right off the bat. I'm dead. You got me.